Welcome back. The $118 billion, 370-page border bill is already facing some major challenges, with 22 Republican senators already opposing this bill. That number continuing to rise. Those lawmakers saying it just doesn't go far enough to secure our border. They join House Speaker Mike Johnson, who posted on X that the Senate bill is, quote, dead on arrival. One major criticism includes the provision where it would take a 7-day average of 5,000 illegal crossings before the Homeland Security Secretary would be able to shut down the border. In December alone, we remember more than 300,000 illegal crossings at the border. That's a record, and not a record we should be aiming to break. Here to break it all down for us is Pennsylvania Congressman and member of the House Oversight and Accountability Committee, Scott Perry. Congressman, thanks for joining me this morning. So I'll start with this. Former President Trump has been pretty vocal in his opposition to this bill. He weighed in on it yesterday with Newsmax's Rob Schmitt. Take a listen.
This is a Democrat trap. It's a trap for Republicans that would be so stupid, so foolish to sign a bill like this. This bill can't be signed. It's so bad on the border. I've never seen anything like it. Actually, it's one of the worst, one of the dumbest bills I've ever seen. I think it's dead, totally dead at the House. I think they have almost unanimous support. But I can't imagine anybody wanting to approve this bill.
And you yourself posted on X, I just want to show this, 1.824 million illegal foreign nationals can come across the border each year without triggering the emergency authorities. You've also called into question this bill's $60 billion for Ukraine funding. Congressman, looking at your post on X over the past day or so, we can see you are opposed to this bill. What are the main points that you have for calling it a, quote, dumpster fire?
Well, good morning, Charla. It's a dumpster fire because what we're all supposed to be working towards, Democrats and Republicans, liberals, conservatives, and everything in between, is solving the problem at the border, not making it worse. So enshrining in law the fact that we're going to not only allow but invite almost 2 million people a year to come across the border illegally before we do anything is not solving that's not solving the problem. The president is right. Many of us have been looking at this and anticipating it for days and days now, maybe over about a week and a half or two since Senator Lankford started talking about it, knowing what's in it and saying and warning everybody, this is not going to be a solution. This is going to add to our problems. And quite honestly, Joe Biden and his party have been forcing this down the throats of the American people for about 3 years. And now, since the polls are looking badly for him because of this, he's looking for a hasty exit. Well, we would give him a hasty exit if he would actually want to fix the problem, if he wants to find a solution. But this isn't a solution. Yeah. This exacerbates the problem.
So you say this doesn't solve the problem. How do you feel like the problem would be solved at the border?
Well, the House passed a pretty good bill, actually a very good bill, last spring. You know it is H.R. 2. But essentially, it enshrines in law the provisions, many of the provisions used under the Trump administration, and then solves some of the other ones, like the Flores decision, which is a court-ordered decision. It's not based in law, but it's a court-ordered decision that says that we can't contain and essentially must separate children from whoever their guardian, whether it's their parent or whether it's somebody that's actually trafficking them. We have to separate them after a certain amount of time at the border when they come across. That's a solution that needs to be codified in law, and that's the bill that the House passed. It was a bipartisan bill, and it sits on the Senate's desk. And quite honestly, if the president doesn't want to see that passed, if he doesn't want to sign that, all he would have to do is go back to the majority of the former president's policies, of President Trump's policies, the biggest one being remain in Mexico, handle your asylum claim in Mexico. That solves, according to the Border Patrol, about 70% of the problem. Just that one provision. Do that.
Congressman, the House set to vote to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas today. Do you think this happens? Do you think it gets enough votes?
Well, he certainly has earned he should be impeached. He has certainly earned it. I know that there's at least one member that on the Republican side that he will not vote that way. But I also know that the House's majority right now is based on who shows up. And habitually, there's going to be an absence or two on each side. So I think that the numbers at the end of the day will be there. Like I said, he certainly has earned that he should be impeached. He's earned that, and the House and the American people want to see their government hold somebody accountable for the dumpster fire that's happening at the border.
Yeah, it could certainly be a historic day. It hasn't happened since 1876 if he were to be impeached. All right, Congressman Perry, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Charlie. God bless you.
You too. Plenty more to come here on Wake Up America. We'll be right back.